Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And today we have Megalith support, which is very interesting. Megalith is certainly not a deck I've thought about for a very long time, and it's never been anywhere on my radar as close to being playable. So maybe they're trying their best to make Megalith more of an interesting deck. That would certainly be an accomplishment. So let's take a look and see what cards they've printed for this. First up, we have the level 4 monster Megalith Fulak. This monster only has 300 defense points, which is a little bit weird. Megaliths tend to have a pretty decent amount of defense. 2,000 attack though. You can ritual summon this card with any Megalith card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn, but you can use the first effect as many times as you want. You cannot activate the first and second effects of this card's name in the same chain. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add one Megalith card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, this effect is very, very powerful. So, if you don't know how Megaliths work, Megaliths were one of the first attempts by Konami to make rituals playable. And to be honest, the way they tried to do this was not terrible. They said, okay, what's the problem with rituals? We can't fix ritual monsters need to be drawn. If we made like Master Rule 3 and we said ritual monsters are now extra deck monsters, we would have to reprint like every ritual support card we made up until this point, and we'd have to rewrite all of them. So they're not doing that. But what they did do is they said, okay, what about ritual spells? We don't need ritual spells. Ritual spells are bricky and bad. So what they said is, we're going to make an archetype where every ritual monster has cool effects, decent stats, and you can discard any of them to use them as a ritual spell. So for this deck, like let's say that you have Megalith Phaleg in your hand, you can either summon it, or you can discard it, then tribute another monster from your hand to ritual summon Fulak. So you have to give up 2 monsters to do a ritual summon, but you don't have to play any ritual spells. So being able to return Megalith cards from your graveyard to your hand is very important, because you're discarding 2 cards to summon a monster every time that you do it, which is really good. Like this is just fantastic value. During your main phase, as a quick effect, you can ritual summon one Megalith ritual monster from your graveyard, except Megalith Fulak, by tributing monsters from your hand and or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of that monster, including this card on the field. Now that's really strong. Okay, so it's a quick effect, and it'll let you ritual summon from the graveyard. Alright, and you have to tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed, including this card on the field. Okay, so, tributing this card means that you're going to get at least a level 4, so you can't, well, I guess technically, if this is the only card you tribute, you get a level 2. And this will be an easy way to get one of your level 8s out, as long as you have another level 4. Yeah, this seems fine. Like, you recover one of them, and then you tribute this card, and you summon another one. Being able to ritual summon on the field is very, very useful. So yeah, this card seems really strong. I like this card. It's not like a board ending card, but it's a very good building block card, which Megaliths have needed. So I like this. Next up, we have Megalith Nortra Fulra, which is a level 12. Okay, fair enough. Fulak can now combine itself with a level 8 to make this. Level 12 Earth Rock Monster, 3,700 attack points, 2,700 defense points. Okay. That's another big problem that Megaliths have had, is that their stats, while they are, presentable, none of them really reach the level of Boss Monster unless you have Phaleg out. And then Phaleg's buff can be negated. Like, no one has, like, good stats. So, 3,700, that's very, very strong. So this can actually win some fights. What do we got? You can ritual summon this card with any Megalith card. Must be ritual summoned using only ritual monsters. Okay, that's solid. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once each per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Megalith Ritual Monster's effects for the rest of this turn. Now that is a card. Wow. Okay, there's no way they can negate that except with, like, Gamma? I'm trying to think. If you're going first, there's no hand traps that they can use that would negate, like, the activation of an effect in the hand that doesn't do anything, except for Gamma. Psyframe Gear Gamma. You could, like, if you're going second, if you're trying to go blind second, this could be getting negated by something like, Barone and Appaloosa are both banned. They could get negated by, like, what negates are people even playing these days? Hold on. Let me look at some recent TCG lists. Allied Code Talker Ad Ignister. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can tribute one link monster this card points to, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. That's really annoying. Is that Malice's only negate? They have a trap card? Yeah, that's Malice's only negate other than Dominus Impulse. Interesting. And this deck got second place. And there's a deck in first. This is the South American World Championship qualifier on June 7th. What else? Raizel Mitsurugi. Vanquish Soul is doing really well. Does Vanquish Soul have any negates? They just play Paradise Smasher, which is worse. Oh, here we go. Canine Ripper. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or the graveyard, you can detach one material from this card to negate that effect. Okay, so there is like a commonly played, like canines are seeing a lot of play. So there's a commonly played way to negate cards in the hand. Okay, all right. That makes this a little bit worse, but let's see here. When your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Then, if that effect targeted a card on the field, you can tribute one monster your opponent controls. What? When your opponent activates a card effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy the card. Then, if the effect targeted a card on the field, you can tribute one monster your opponent controls. That's pretty good. $3,700 attack points, an Omni negate, and it prevents your opponent from negating any regular cards unless they have like a way to stop you from activating your card effect in the hand. Yeah, this seems solid, especially if you summon it in the middle of your opponent's turn. So yeah, I like this card a lot. And there's one more card. This is a continuous spell. Megalith Anastasis. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. You can discard one card, add one level 4 or lower, and one level 8 or higher Megalith monster from your deck to your hand. That's really good. Okay. Discard a hand trap, and then you get to draw 2 monsters. Very, very powerful. Once per turn, if you ritual summon a Megalith monster, you can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of these effects of this card's name once per turn. Okay, so you can... Okay. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, or tribute one monster your opponent controls. Okay, so if you ritual summon during your opponent's turn, like you can with with Fulok, then you, or Fool can also do that. Then you can tribute a monster your opponent controls without targeting it, which is solid. That's a really good effect. Obviously, tributing a monster is there's very few monsters that can't be tributed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It gets around like you not being able to send cards to the graveyard if there's like a macrocosmos effect on the field. It gets around destruction protection, banish protection. Like you just tribute. So yeah, that's really good. And then drawing 2 cards and discarding a card is also really good. So cool. Yeah, this card's really strong. Is there a way to search Megalith spells? I think there is. Hold on. I think one of the Megaliths has that ability. Yeah, Megalith Haggith. If this card is ritual summon, you can add a Megalith spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Yeah, and all the Megalith spells or traps suck. So this is going to be your target. Okay, that's really strong. All right, so that's all that we got. We got 3 new cards. But we got a boss monster. We got the ability to ritual summon during our opponent's turn, and as well as get value. And we got an insane draw engine. So yeah, this is actually impressive for 3 cards. This is actually good. I'm excited. I think the Megalith could actually cook with these. All right, my name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.